I'm a real one from my set. I'm a day one from my section. Y'all section, that's the original version. Salute to everybody on Clubhouse that pulled up, supporting. Ping up and share the room. Invite your friends. Tell them y'all fucking with some real ones. Damu Keyway Conversations and Duse M. Oh shit, I don't even got my Wi-Fi connected on my phone, so they might not even be able to fully hear me over there. But we just fixed that. But to everybody on YouTube, man, salute to District 13 and for always coming through, supporting, chilling for the content. And we got the content. Salute to the Smoked Out TV. Salute to the Henny gang, that girl Henny. Make sure y'all go subscribe and follow. If you ain't already followed, Henny say reviews. Salute to my brother Scandalous Los Angeles TV. Salute to the Smokey Show. Salute to Stand On It Media. You know what I'm saying? All of the brothers that's out here grinding, getting they content to content. So when you come in, make sure if you haven't subscribed, you do that. Hit that like button. It's free. You know what I'm saying? We ain't out here aggressive panhandling for no cash apps or no what you call it. We do got it up there in case you do want to donate. Whatever you do, we feel it's appreciated. But we got the content. So yesterday we had a room. I was on one. I'm so sick and tired of these fuck niggas, right? These niggas get on this internet and they do all of this shit, misrepresentation of what niggas done died for, what niggas got life for, niggas to sacrifice for. I'm talking about that Damu thing. I'm talking about that Keyway thing. They making a mockery of our culture at the same time that they profess to the world that the streets is a myth. So they definitely got their own agenda, and they definitely playing because shit is way more watered down than it was in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. But that just lets you know that them dudes been wanting to behave this way. Just when niggas would bust them over their shit and they was confined to them Rams, they didn't have the courage or the kahunas to ever try to do what they already wanted to do. So that means they were cowards. They allowed somebody else to dictate their actions because they was up under the gun. Let me see what's up in here before we get into the content. Evelyn Holly, I see them Henny glasses. Salute. Papa Dirt, Damu and Keyway Conversations. The Standing Revolution. Black Power, B's and C's, Bloods and Crips, back to back. Strong, one up, one down. Together we stand united. We shall bring back the true meaning of Crip, blood, and its dots between every letter for the acronym California Revolution in Progress, Black Local Organization Overcoming Discrimination, and everything that falls under it. Hey, salute, Papa Dirt. I respect that. I appreciate that, man. That's exactly what it is. CCTV Crazy House, Clubhouse Crazy TV is in the building. Strictly Hood TV is in the building. Salute to y'all. Hope all y'all streaming. Hit that like button on y'all way in. We going up today, just like we went up last night. Jenny from the block. I see that Henny glass. What kind of dog is that? A pity? I see them Henny glasses and active chucks in the chat, as you should. You know what I'm saying? Megan Davis, hey, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Noise Jonas, salute. That girl Henny, salute to the Blue Wrench Mob. That girl Henny says, salute. Don't forget to smash that like button on the way in. Salute, salute. You already know what it is. She come in regulating. That's what the queen do, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Jason Hides, come on with it. Salute and expose these busters. Well, salute Jason Hides. I don't know if you know, but this is hashtag ETE. Expose the exposers. Hashtag ETD. Expose the debriefers. So, yeah, you in the right place, brother, if you're looking for that. My brother RDL, salute to you, King. Salute Duse M, y'all in the chat. Y'all smash that MF like button for show, for show. And we going to get into the content real soon. Wack got to get that put off ASAP. Eastside Mass, salute to you. You 100% right, bro. Mercy, I had skipped you. My bad. Salute. I see the active chucks. I see the Henny glasses. I see the hearts. I see the hands. I think that means unity. And I see the shots fired. I don't really know how to read emojis, you know what I'm saying? But Smoked Out TV reactions. I see Henny with them active chucks. Heidi B. I see you. I see you. King Kong Dagger 8. Salute, salute, salute. We gonna get into this content real quick. Henny down there regulating. Hey, do what you do, Henny. Matter of fact, since Yael ain't answered, I don't know if he at work and can't get away. But anybody from the team want to come up, co-host with this one with me and chill. It might help highlight what you got going on, and people get to know you a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? And that might go a long way. We got a super chat, 2 Gangster for YouTube, 1999 super sticker. You know what I'm saying? And since we already got 170 people in the chat, go ahead and salute 2 Gangster for YouTube. Shout out my boy Paperboy Newsstand. Also, we finna get into this content straight from 2 Gangster for YouTube. My boy is in the chat. He is in the chat running his content first. Hello, thank you for the super chat, brother. Wait, before we start, here go y'all.
What it do, YouTube? What it?
Hey, y'all.
Damu Kiwe Conversations.
You already know what it do,
man. I love the title.
we finna flame these bitch ass niggas the way that Los Angeles is flaming right now. So,
yeah.
First and foremost, prayers go out to everybody in Los Angeles, the Valley,
most definitely.
The Hollywood Hills, the beach areas, Culver City, Valley.
Valley.
That's messy trolling. But look, salute to all of those prayers to y'all family. I went through that before on Christmas Eve in South Central Los Angeles. Me and my baby mama, while she was pregnant with Lamonte Jr., house apartment caught on fire because of the neighbors. We lost everything on Christmas Eve, presents, everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have nowhere to go. Red Cross came through. They put us in a place. You get a little, the community comes together. And right now, that damage, people losing everything they got, bro. You know what I'm saying? And these insurance companies is scamming them. So prayers go out to everybody in Los Angeles County. Put them face masks on. That smoke is not healthy. It's all the way into South Central Hawthorne. Everybody talk about they can smell it, man. Prayers again to everybody dealing with that fire. But till then, 2 Gangster for radio, my boy.
No, 2 Gangster for YouTube.
I mean, 2 Gangster for YouTube. My bad.
What it do, YouTube? What it do? Salute to my boy Duse M, aka Active Chucks, for the content. WACK100'S, it saddens me to have to announce this to you, but the word on the streets is Wack has been summoned to get put off his set. A lot of damn moves feel like you went against the grain. They said, how do you allow Crips to pack out one of the Bloods? They said that's treason. They're talking about that incident that took place at No Jumper. Remember how they packed out that preacher? Well, come to find out that Preacher Man is actually a somebody. He's an OG Blood from Inland Empire. Now here's a picture of him after they packed him out. They did my boy bad. He's an old man. They not only packed him out, but they was kicking him while he was on the floor. Then they stripped him of all his clothes.
Wait, real quick. We got a dude named Baby Q. He say Duse M. It's spelled with an S, brother. But you work with Crips to bring down the Piru. Well, I work with Crips to unify my community. And if a nigga a Blood, a Crip, an alien from Mars, or a Caucasian, or the U.S. government that tries to impede upon that peace, unification, and strengthening of my community becomes an op. So it's indiscriminatory, brother. But let's get back to it.
They treated the senior citizen very badly, but he was able to pick himself up after the fight. Then days later, he was in the emergency room. My boy blacked out. We learned that he's now in a coma. I guess he took too many blows to the head because they said that his brain is swelling. They're saying that he might not survive. Now, if this story is true, then this pack out might easily turn into a homicide. Duse M got a little message from my boy Wack.
So maybe you need to be DP and get your chucks laced up by some real bloods on how you carry this. You never allow anybody outside of the Damu set and it being sanctioned to jump on, injure, and hurt another Damu, bro. Ever. But this is a little bit bigger than just the 2 Ps now, because this got to do with blood, the Damu core, how we're being looked upon. WACK100 essentially committed treason, allowing some fake Crips to put this brother in the hospital. You ain't Piru. That ain't Piru.
People that's close to the Preacher Man has tapped in. They have officially announced that the Preacher Man is brain dead. Man, that's sad news right there. Everybody send their prayers up to their family.
Hey, that's you in the comments? Did you say you just got word dude got brain damage?
Yeah, I heard he brain dead. I just got word.
Damn, man.
Yeah, I heard he brain dead. I just got word.
Wack is from 2 Ps. That's Pacoima Piru. An OG from that set has tapped in today. He's a respected member of the Pacoima Piru. He goes by the name Messy Marv. He wanted to send a message out to all the gangs in California. He said Wack is making our hood look bad, but he is not a representation of our hood. He acts on his own. He does not have the support of the Piru. He set up another Damu to get packed out by the Crips. That's treason, and us Pacoima Piru will not stand for it. We will not support it, and we won't have his back when people come looking for him. Wack, you have officially been summoned for the put-off, my boy. Imagine being 50 years old, and you get summoned by your gang to get a put-off. If you guys was 50 years old, and your gang still wanted to DP you or put you off, my question to you is this: will you show up to get DP'd or get your put-off? Or will you say to hell with them and move on with your life as a civilian now?
We don't condone what happened. I don't care if it was, you know what I'm saying, a keyway.
Yeah, right.
But it's a dumb move on me, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it ain't a part of what we got going on in Pacoima.
If y'all couldn't hear him on YouTube, that's Big Messy Moore, Pacoima Piru Blood. He said that neither one of them characters, first of all, the homies don't condone or agree with that clown buffoonery that these dudes are permitted to happen to a Damu. And now we're getting word that one of these brothers is brain dead, bro. This is a sad ending.
Man.
And he said there is not a representation of Pacoima Piru Blood. So now y'all know, all the homies, it's called Suit Whoop business. Stand on Suit Whoop business. Them niggas got to get put off. Salute,
was it really God's wish?
Once again, the 2 Gangster for YouTube, man. He did his thing and put it out quick. And I think him and Paperboy Newsstand, I think that's the same channel. I believe it is, but I'm not sure. So he does work twice as hard, if not his buddy, which usually runs similar content with different standpoints. They work real hard, man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to 2 Gangster for YouTube. Yeah, you seen that video? What comes to mind, King?
Man, first off, let me say this. As a representation of the real keyways that stand on business, that ain't folding and, you know, selective politicking with rats and busters and the other shit, salute to you, Duse M's, and salute to Big Messy from Pacoima Piru, and salute to G-Mac. And I say that because, you know, we live in an era where you got OGs. I'm talking about dudes who been in wars, who, you know, alleged participated, however they got down, and they got down where they was mad at, and they was really standing on that Piru business. You know what I'm saying? Salute to them, you know? But you got some of these dudes like that, supposedly, they compromise and they okay with this activity, with this individual trying to be a representation of a well-known community out there in the valley. And because you got individuals like yourself, Duse Sims, and other individuals like Big Messy from Pacoima Piru, salute, you know, real is still authentic and it's still here. But real is rare. And it's rare that you find cats standing on business, calling out these suckers, these busters, and these custers, because they wasn't built like that. They never had a history. They never had a history, and their history is really a mystery because guess what? It never happened. And because he ain't got no history, and he was just in the community, he was Lil Cash Jones in the hood with a BB gun, trying to become somebody. He didn't meet the criteria of real Piruin. So when he went to YA and did his little few years in the joint, he started hearing all these immaculate stories, and he wanted to become somebody else. And
like a big U, right?
Yeah.
Like a Duse Sims, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like a Big Messy, like
a
G-Mac,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And he wanted to be these individuals that he solely looked up to as uncles and role models and stand-up dudes and real dudes and soldiers from their community, and he couldn't fit those shoes. He couldn't fit those shoes like catnip. He couldn't fit those shoes.
Chucks.
Those chucks. Those active chucks, should I say. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he's being sanctioned, the fact that the YouTubers are understanding and listening to this content, and they're exposing the exposers. They expose one of the biggest exposers that's trying to expose. Snitching, self-snitching, and working for the federal government as a confidential source, CS2 back. And I'm proud to say that I'm standing with the Pirus, with real Damus, and moving with them and uniting with them with this Damu Keyway conversation. I love the fact that my flag is tied to the red and the burgundy. So if you don't know now, you know where it's at with me. I'm standing with the Pacoimas, the real ones, the real Messy Mars for Pacoima Piru, the real G-Max, the real Brim leaders like Duse Sims, Big John Jr. I'm standing with these brothers. You know why? Because they stand on moral integrity, and their moral compass has not been divided, nor has it been driven back to suckers like this. And this is what our community don't need.
Fact.
And I'm proud to say that I'm standing with you, brothers. And whatever it is, I know it's Suwu business. I'm not in y'all politics, but I am standing for what's right. And this right here is what's right. And I'm glad to see that you brothers is doing what's right. Because I wish my community would do it. I wish my community would do it. All the keyways. The ones that's over here compromising, standing on stage with snitches. Compromising, getting the bag with a rat because they can't be a man and go get it on their own. I'm proud to say that I'm standing with y'all. This is where my gangbanging and my PV mean Damu Keyway conversations. Salute to you, bro.
Keyway conversations. So we got Key Suck Hill, Hill, he says little evil from 2 Noms 1. That's 2 and 1. 2 P's, Pacoima Piru, and 1 Bloods. Noms. That's the projects. That's headquarters. That's Little Evil. Says he's in the house, and I support your content, bro. The King Crown, a B100. Hey, thank you, brother, for blessing us with your presence and supporting Like, share, comment. We appreciate it. Spider Locmos Easty, salute. I see that blue stop sign and that red stop sign and that trophy. Yeah, we some trophies, man. But them trophies just stand up on the thing and shine. They don't look as good as somebody who's active in the community trying to change the narrative for better. You know what I'm saying? So some of them youngsters ain't got to go through the same pitfalls we did. Look, Wack got a chance to do right and help out. Then people, they got their house burned down. No, man, Wack ain't worried about helping nobody else out but himself. Oh, and the federal authorities, you know what I'm saying? His handlers. You know?
Hey, Deuce. Just
Chris
like,
Lee.
my bad, go ahead.
My boy. Shout out to guys for YouTube. That's bad. That's you down bad, my boy.
He be like, yo, it's too gangster for YouTube. I got my boy Duse M, and he's speaking on some real facts. Salute to you, Duse M. The Pacoima's called out WACK100 for the sanction. Hey, listen, hey, two gangster for YouTube. Salute to you, bro, for the content. Love it. Keep doing what you're doing. Damu Keyway Conversations, bro.
Hit that like button. So after we flamed up this dude, I was on one last night. Even felt a certain way about Kuban Rob, Baby Kuban Rob. Let me be specific, because of his involvement in allowing these fake Crips to put hands on, stomp on, and strip one of the down moves, and even the Keyway brother for no reason, naked. You know what I'm saying? And that brother being in it, bro. First and foremost, before I could clean up anywhere else, we got to clean up your own backyard. And in our backyard, we really trying to push this Damu unity, right? Real blood love. I see the Fruittown Pirus and Treetop Pirus doing it. Some of the East Side Pirus doing it. The homies on the West Side doing it, right? The homies on the East Side, shout out to the Pueblos. The homie Taco, shout out to the Villains, right? And when we trying to push that peace narrative and that unity narrative, you always have somebody try to throw a monkey wrench in it. And it's usually those that are aligned with and working with for the agenda of the law enforcement and the government. You know what I'm saying? And here, insert CS2 back, Federal Confidential Source 2 back. But seeing him do that and him involving himself. Now, what if this brother from San Bernardino or Damu is unalive, right? What if he don't make it? And I'm praying everything in my soul that this brother make it, especially behind some buffoonery like this. You know what I'm saying? Something he had nothing to do with. He up there joining a Crip, which says a lot about where he's at. Born in 1969, that brother about 54 years old.
Man.
But these dudes, fake ass IEBM, whatever the fuck, them incriminating black men with loose coochie cannon, loose bowels cannon, right? Loose the ability to lie cannon, right? Who incriminated Big U on national TV, no jumper, right? Falsely assassinating that man's character and defaming his character, insinuating that he extorted several people, insinuating that he had a video footage of Big U calling him 30 minutes before Nipsey Hussle was unalive, insinuating that Big U had something to do with it, as if 200 detectives didn't investigate that crime and all leads, check phones, calls, etc., to see if there was traffic between gang members or this was an isolated incident. This is the same guy who I boo-booed on Marley Marl. Marley Marl, what you call it? I wonder how many other crimes he told the police that he did that he blamed on Big U at that grand jury. I mean, the possibilities endless, right? But so I went on one. I got a call. Well, first my dad got a call from one of the homies, J Capone, Pacoima Piru Blood. And out of all due respect, I didn't even know how far back I went with J Cap. I knew the name, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Over the years, you hear certain names that's ringing from certain hoods. For whatever reasons, he was on his shit at that time, and you get word of such things. So him and my pops was on the yard together. Pops had the yard at that time, and I think they were next door neighbors, but I didn't know he used to read my letters, and he I was talking about how I'm Brim tainted. This is how I'm writing letters to my dad. Oh, I'm Brim tainted blood and all of this crazy stuff. And it was just took me back like, damn, this dude really was reading my letters. You know what I'm saying?
Brim tainted is crazy.
Bro, you got to think, I'm young, active gangbanger. I was Brim life, everything Brim, bro.
Extra out. Straight extra out.
Bro. West side super Brims. That's what I really thought I was and aspired to be. Salute to the homies that is super Brim. It's only a couple of them, but I came up under them and I aspired to be that. But he was telling me that Baby Kuban Rob was upset. We had a call, didn't go how he probably envisioned it. Didn't go how I envisioned it, because after talking to J Capone, like I said, I put for blood unity. I was hoping that we came to some kind of agreement. It wasn't, it didn't happen that way, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna leave him up out of this one, you know what I'm saying, and leave that out in respect for the Pacoima Pirus and the sovereignty thereof that they have as a Piru blood set. You gotta respect their sovereignty and their business, how they handle that. But I spoke my mind and I stand on what I said. But moving forward, last night, as soon as we went live, CS2 Back wasn't 10 minutes later. CS2 Back had a whole lot to say. Oh, yeah. Let's get into this. I think I sent the thing to okay, let's go here first. And I want you to do some reacting. Hopefully, Diamond will be coming up. You know what I'm saying? It's just this nigga on here dry. He big dry snitching on a whole lot of people. But that's what he do. So let's get to this real quick. This is the first one. Oh, y'all can't even see it yet. Let me share this with y'all. Make sure y'all can hear it. Active in the chat. Hit them likes. If you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now. We only gonna play clips, because if you play longer than that, he's gonna get us up out of here. Let's go.
Wow, I'm right here. But then yesterday I put up his photos of him standing up in front of the hospital throwing his setup. Now the narrative is Wack let a Damu get stomped out. Well, let's do the math. If for 7, 8 days, 10 days, shit, 2 weeks, I don't know how long it been. People don't know if the nigga was a pastor, if it was me, or what he was. Y'all only know he's a blood because I just found out and told y'all.
Let me react to that statement in itself. First and foremost, that's why I said as a Damu, unless you know who, you don't put your hands on just anybody. That's a quick way to lose your life, bro. You understand what I'm saying? You put your hands on somebody and they people, or they got that bag, or they people's they're coming looking for you and they're gonna find you. And if they got that bag, your homies is gonna give you up your whereabouts or whatever. So you supposed to know who you dealing with before you even put your hands and get involved with. You know what I'm saying? Assaulting and or harming someone else, especially melanated people, when the whole vibe in Los Angeles, Compton, Watts right now is pushing towards ceasefires, understanding, and peace treaties. Some people with the peace treaty, some people say we ain't with no peace treaty, but we want to get an understanding in diplomacy. Then you got people that saying we're down with a ceasefire, which means we ain't gonna come busting and drilling on y'all, and y'all don't come drill on us, but we ain't peacing, we ain't trying to get an understanding. Stay over there, we stay over here. This is the whole thing. But you put your hands on somebody not knowing who this was. This is what you want us to believe. But I don't believe that anyway. Y'all, anything you want to add to that, bro?
Man, again, 100%, bro. Like, niggas be out here running content on people, doing all kind of felonious bullshit, being a goofologist, and just doing what they feel can get some attention. And oh, you know what? It don't even matter. You know, we got a bag and we got a following right now, and everybody they supporting us, whoever that is. And you out here putting your hands and feet on people that you don't know the background on, bro. So, like I said yesterday, anybody who's attaching themselves to these clowns, I don't care who you are, where you from, you attaching yourself to these clowns, you deserve everything that they receive, bro. Whatever the Most High open the door for people to come holler at you on, you deserve that, bro. He gave y'all the receipts. Gave y'all the receipts. He's a confidential source. He found he don't do good business, and y'all willing to still do business with him after he did what he did. Like I said, I'm a Keyway. He did this to a dime move and let some rejects, some J-Cats do it. He ain't let no real nigga out, and it don't even matter if they real niggas or not.
Hey,
you let some J-Cats do it.
Hold on 1 second. Pacoima Red, salute. I see you in the chat. I know y'all got y'all new podcast. I want y'all to stream this, especially since it's talking about this fuck nigga and the Pacoima business, man. And I just dropped the StreamYard link in there specifically for Pacoima Red. You've definitely invited to come up. You know what I'm saying? Now, if your haircut all messed up, or your on your stomach like CS2 back was, I could get it. Now I'm fucking with you. I know you don't care like that. You know what I'm saying? But now you definitely invited, homie. It's nothing but respect. Salute to the 2 P's and 1 B, man. It's nothing but love. Let's get to this next clip. Hello. I want you to react to this, y'all. Tell me what you think.
And I'm going to tell all y'all out there, bro, don't get in nobody else's shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever somebody's saying they going to do, if it ain't got nothing to do with you, bro, do like my man did on Boys in the Hood. Get out the car, homie. Get out the car.
Get out the
Don't even entertain it. This is what's real.
This is what's real. He believes that Trey from Boys in the Hood saying, let me out. No, let me out. Like that. Hey, somebody got to turn off the background. I'm getting feedback. You in the Matrix, Diamond. Go out and come back. Let me remove you and bring you back up. Diamond, go out and come up and bring you back up. Diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah, you getting feedback. Can you hear me? Yeah, you getting feedback. Can you hear me? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can you,
this is what we gonna do. We're gonna remove you, boom, and then we're gonna add to the stage. I don't know if you got the radio on, but that's bad audio, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, but I'm hearing myself in the background. You got a radio on or another?
Nah, let me leave and come back.
All right. Diamond in the building. While Diamond coming, we're going to get into this next clip and react to that. We don't want to play this whole thing because he does strike pages. And this is a reaction channel. This fair use. You know what I'm saying? Just for those who don't know, I think Diamond just came back in. Hopefully it'll work.
Is that
Diamond.
better? Yeah, is that better?
100% better. Well, welcome, Diamond. The sniper is in the building.
Man, what's happening, man?
Oh man, I'm blessed, man. You tell me how you doing, man.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Hey, what it is, man. Hey, man. Wack100 got his diaper on. Him and Luce Cannon.
What is they called? The incredible diapers?
The Pamper Partners.
The
Yeah.
The pepper buddies is crazy.
But
The
yeah,
the diaper
I
brigade.
boo boo. Hey,
The
no,
diaper
I think
brigade.
that it was. I think that he's a genius for partnering with Luce Bowles Cannon, because now he got somebody to model the diapers. You know what I'm saying? Out in the concrete. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Man.
but you know what though? Hey, I'm gonna say this. It was a genius move partnering with Luce Coochie, you know what I'm saying? Because his crew that he had was ineffective. You see what I'm saying? They were so used to just standing around doing nothing, as was example in that video. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe he brought Luce Coochie on board because Cuban Rob and them is scared of Luce Coochie. You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
Luce Coochie be having the fake, you know, I'm tough, I'm bad, I'm a boogeyman.
I'm the booger man. He didn't even say boogeyman, right? He said,
yeah, I'm the booger man. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, bro. Let's get to the Baby Bosco.
Hey.
Salute. What's happening, bro?
Hey, dude, one thing though, hey, you know how a nigga feel ineffective, you know what I'm saying? He have like a little complex. His complex ate at him so bad, he had to do something. So he picked the watch up off the boy wrist. You know, he took the watch off the wrist, you know, so he could say he did something.
What's the deal?
Right. What up, Baby Bosco? Can you hear me, bro?
You talking to me?
Baby Bosco.
Oh, I thought you was talking to me.
No, I got you. Let me get him out real quick. You gotta come back, Baby Bosco, because you ain't even responding. You ain't hearing me. SPI, Spider Loco CC, salute. What it do?
Salute to the whole Get Down, Damu Keyway Conversations. You already know.
Hey, I'm glad you up here too, but I'm really glad Diamond up here because it seemed like whatever Diamond and Yael and did, CS2 back is really upset. So I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe y'all can help me, man.
Diamond here
too. Have to be a man. Hey, here's the thing. You got to understand. The truth hurts. The truth hurts. The truth cut deeper than any lie you can ever tell. You see what I'm saying? The truth of the matter is, I know because I done studied the situation, that nigga ain't got the money that he's saying he got. You see what I'm saying? He's not the gangster he wants to be. You see what I'm saying?
Nigga, you talk about the BB Bandit. Put some respect on this gangster.
I did 9 years on a level 4 180 for a BB gun.
Man,
I did what I did.
Come on, homie. Hey, but you know what though? They say mimicry is flattery. You know what I'm saying? You see, he went and bit. You see, he went and bit what I did when I pulled up his archives and showed that he hadn't done no 6 years in prison. He only did 3 years, and I showed what prisons he did them at. He went and pulled old Harry O file.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I seen it with Follow the Leader. You know what I'm saying?
This the thing that I find crazy, man. He wanted to be, when he put it up on somebody else, everybody's supposed to believe it. But when somebody puts it up on him, don't believe that. Don't believe that. They're not supposed to have that information.
Oh my
Come on, man. But I will say this. CS2 back, WACK100. You know as well as I do, I give less than a fuck about any of the lies that you come with. You can't lie on a nigga like me. Because I'm not a nigga that gives a fuck about the lies.
Me either.
So go ahead and make up some lies. A nigga throw some piss on me, nigga, they'll die. But I can't say this. Hey, you tell a lie on me, I'll tell the truth on you. I've been sitting down.
Don't tell no lie on me.
Hey,
and
I've been sitting down. I've been sitting down with one of your motherfucking one of your
big dogs that you look up to, that you real fearful of.
Well, yeah, he said that Chicken Mike
that you
was his big
paying,
homie.
that you was paying on a constant basis. You know what I'm saying? I know what kind of character you are. Don't play with me, boy. Don't play with me, boy.
We might need to bring him on to interview him,
Stop
Diamond.
trying to have Rosé, since we being so truthful about situations. Don't ask Rosé to ask no homies to ask me to please stay out of this. Fuck you.
My nigga playing chess.
Yeah, this
what it is when Deuce asked that question earlier, what did Diamond and myself do to CS2 back? This is what we did. We really who we are.
The truth.
Like this is what it is, bro. We really who we are. And myself, the fact that he can't fight me one-on-one and he had to get, if it was, who knows? But the fact that niggas had to jump me first fight, second fight, you have to plan a stage fight just to get me there. It goes to show you how much you hate how authentic we are. And the fact that you, as a man, you would think win, lose, or draw, you gonna throw them hands, right? You ain't all you threw was lies, and we've debunked all your lies with the deep edification with Duse M's, myself, Diamond, the whole Damu Kiwe conversation team, Henny, and we stand up niggas. Even with myself, oh, Yael, he got whooped in the fight. He traumatized. He's seeing glitter.
Wait, hold on. Don't get into it. We finna get to that.
Right,
Matter of fact, let's get to this. Go ahead and finish.
But the fact that he got to regurgitate that because he's scared to get out there and fight mano y mano in real physical combat, he know he can't do the shit I do, bro. And then he didn't went and did his research. He can't say I'm a buster. He can't say I'm a bitch. He can't say I done turned down fades. He can't say none of that. But we can say he did. You get what I'm saying? But I'm gonna land it on that. Let's get to that content.
All right. Well, y'all gonna have to be reacting to this anyway. Let's go.
Gangster, whatever you want to call it. You first have to be a man. See, when you see people run and tuck their tail and get slapped up and they shit took from them, money took from shit like that in the streets, that's because this nigga's perpetrating a fraud.
We gonna stop it right there. Now, hearing that coming from CS2 back, what's the first thing that comes to your mind about getting slapped up by somebody else, running, people taking your money? They said J-Rock is the first that come to their mind. Mine's is Tiny Draws. That's what came to my mind first, right?
And the Mexican in Vegas that fought in the casino.
And, oh, yeah, with Suge. The Mexican in Vegas with Suge.
Yeah.
John Jr. said Tiny Draws is his hero. Yael, Diamond, what come to y'all mind first hearing that clip?
Tiny Draws?
Tiny Draws, for real,
Tiny
bro.
Draws, the first thing that comes to my mind is that it's him. He got slapped. He got his money took. All the things he talked about.
But they didn't have to take it. He gave it willingly, brother.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't got money took from him, and he's opened up the donation, the Peru donation foundation, where every time you so horny for content, even if he think he got some dirt on somebody, some smell on somebody, he willing to pay for it. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I think about all the individuals who was involved that got at this clown and took something from him and embarrassed him to the highest degree, and his power ruin is ruined.
Does he have no shame? Hey, we got 1,000 people on YouTube right now. Hit that like, share.
It's lit.
It's lit, bro. Hit that like button, share. Let's get to this next clip. I want to hear what comes to y'all mind when CS2 back says this.
Now, I heard another dude over here with the fake blood, fake Crip channel.
That's the Damu Kiwe. The fake blood, fake Crip. But let me finish the clip.
Hey, Yael having flashbacks because him watching that video, believe it or not, Yael watching that video, he having flashbacks. If y'all go to Urban Flicks and check out Baddie and the Beast, you will see Yael, who used to be from Park Village Compton Crip. They put him off his set. He has admitted to it. I'm pretty sure you can find it on the internet. You will see him get the shit beat out of him.
Like a bitch.
Flashbacks, go away. Flashback. I don't want to have a flashback someday. Flashback, go away. So on.
J-Rock just knocked me out, man.
Hey, J-Rock just knocked me out.
Flashback, go away.
Flashback. Slap me in my head.
Y'all react to that, and then I'm gonna react to it.
Flashbacks. They took my bread. Flashbacks. Got worms on my head. Flashbacks. I touch kids. Yeah. Flashback.
Flashback. J Diggs flashback.
Duse M flashback. TD flashback.
Hey, yeah. See, Henny, shout out that girl Henny. She said you can't be a stand-up dude when you sit down and pee.
Oh, wait.
Damn.
Oh,
shout out my boys, most scandalous Los Angeles TV. The GOAT is in the chat.
What up, dudes? Well, what up? What up?
Hey, but now react to that for me real quick, y'all. He said a lot about you.
It's funny. He got to, like I said, he has to go to these extents to get this point across, because he knows a fight with me, he's not going to do it. Stage fights, me squabbling niggas up because listen, win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna throw my hands, bro. You gotta beat me. You staging fights and then pump faking and doing all the goofy shit. Listen, I'm not worried about none of that. My homies, who I am is who I am. I'm a stand-up individual. Until you cross the path with me and you gotta get hand-to-hand combat, you believe whatever you want to believe on the internet. I'm not gonna be around here running around talking about I'm gonna do this and do that until we run into each other and you gotta fight me, man. Mano y mano, then that's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
Well said. Very well said.
Well, how do you feel? How are you a fake Crip and a Crip that got put off at the same time? Because he said the Fake Blood and Crip podcast.
Well, the only thing that's fake that I'm listening to right now is this news that he's giving out. You get what I'm saying?
You on foot patrol, just walking distance from your section not too long ago. You popped out actually.
Yeah, so this my thing. When I hear individuals like this, the hatred in his heart because he can't be who you are and be who I am, nigga, you really want to be a Keyway. You wish you could be Yael the ventriloquist, the singer, the pop star, the rapper, the creator, the Keyway. He was me. So you know how bad he wish he was me? He done tapped in with goofies from the community just to get close to me, bro. This is how
I knew he wanted to be you when he said
Damu Keyway conversation.
Oh yeah, he wanted to be Damu Keyway conversation. He want to intimidate me so bad.
That nigga said he from A9 East Coast. He want to be me.
Come on.
Oh yeah, I did hear that too.
Yeah, he want to be me.
Hear that too.
Yeah.
He wanted, but at the end of the day, just hearing him say all this stuff, bro, it's like it rolls off my shoulder, bro. It don't affect me none because I already know what type of individual I am. And again, he's living in the metaverse. All these lies. He needs 100 dudes. He needs all these dudes to back him up because he can't stand alone and stand strong. What is it? Brim strong?
Them niggas go to No Jumper, aka Disneyland 60 deep. Wow.
That he's so fearful of individuals. One man. We one people. Duse M is who he is. Spider Local's who he is. Diamond is who he is.
Some people believe that it's strength in numbers. So
right.
You know what I'm saying? They try to stack themselves up like that. But the reality of it is 100 busters against 5 real ones.
It's gonna be
100 busters gonna come up short because
it's gonna get ugly.
95% of them gonna win.
Yeah, they gonna run. 100 busters, 100 niggas gonna run. Let's get to this next clip, man. Tell me what y'all think about this one, man.
Stations.
understand why he talking. Then you got another motherfucker that's in the wheelchair on a wheelchair yard, right? He used to be on the regular yard till somebody urinated on him, which wasn't fair because he couldn't walk up, he couldn't get out. He in the chair. This dude named Heavy or some shit from 111, you know. This dude right here, he got a lot to say. You Rolling Ray. Nigga, you ain't walked no yard. You done been in there 25, 26 years. And you ain't walked a yard yet.
Anybody
respectfully.
Attention.
Now, you didn't roll your ass around the yard, but you ain't walked a yard yet. Oh, Tupac and Suge. What the hell did Tupac and Suge got to do with this shit?
You want to be like him?
You ain't, listen, dude, Rolling Ray, Heavy, from 111, right? You keep talking, we gonna tell you a little secret. You understand what I'm saying?
Tell my secrets. I have no secrets.
Oh, so you ain't
Yeah,
trying no
this
more.
on you first,
Tell my
Diamond.
secrets. Tell my secrets. I have no secrets.
We could address you
You
as
know
heavy
what I'm
now.
saying?
I didn't know we could do that.
Hey, because I play the game palms up.
Say less, my husband.
Hey, and one thing that any motherfucker that don't walk these yards know, come my way with some bullshit, and I will lay you out.
Period point.
It's not something that's thought or said. It's been proven. Do a history lesson, son. Son, go and open the history books and you'll understand what I'm telling you. I have no worries. I have no secrets. Say anything you want about me because I could debunk any bullshit. I live on truth. I live on truth, something you don't know nothing about, son.
Talk about somebody pissed on
But
you.
I'm going to tell you
Whole
one thing
fake
that's the
lies,
truth.
bro.
The one thing that's the truth, you niggas are supposed to be Damu. Y'all stood there and let Luce Cannon, a fake 60, not because I say he's a fake 60, but a nigga in your crew that you swear is one of the realists. You said Rosé is one of the realest ones over there out of that section. And he done went on public display and let you know and the world know. Luce Cannon is not from 60s and this nigga daddy is a bona fide rat. This is the nigga that you scared of. This is the nigga that you got Kuban Rob scared of.
No way.
Him and these weirdo IBM niggas are who y'all fear. Y'all scared of them niggas. That's why you had no control of a situation. See, let me explain something to you. A real boss never lose control of the situation. He could pop his fingers and stop some shit. You just gonna be the hoe that you are. You gonna back up and get out the way.
I backed up. I backed up. Listen, hey, Heavy, you right. I backed up. I couldn't control it. Hey, Luce.
See, this is what destroys you because you play these games on this internet. But see, I don't try to fabricate nothing. I just speak the truth, and the truth dig deep. I know right now you sitting up with that old manly looking woman over there.
Don't talk about me, Diamond. I'm a diamond in the rough because I'm rough around the edges.
And you hurt.
Blow up dog.
You hurt right now. You hurt because I'm speaking the truth. You niggas scared of that nigga Luce Cannon.
Oh, straight.
And he's such a goofball. He's such a goofball. He just go. He like a crash test dummy. You strap him in a car and just run that motherfucker into a wall, 100 miles an hour. You got him strapped in the car and he running straight into the wall. And he taking everybody along with him. Kuban Rob was so fucked up at seeing the demonstration that they was putting down on another Damu. He had to do something. Let me throw a rock. Let me do something. He couldn't find no rock, so he went ahead and just snatched the watch off the boy's wrist. I did something. I threw a Twinkie.
And
Come
then,
on, man. Cut that shit out, man.
he took the watch.
That wasn't gangster.
Who,
But one thing that I didn't notice is, I don't know, was that nigga part of your crew or part of the international butt mafia crew? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Diamond, what you mean?
Heavy.
He part of the crew. He part of the
That
boom.
nigga that stripped that boy down.
How you know? How you know it was Cuban Rob that took the watch? How we know that?
It's on the video.
Wow.
It's on the video.
I wonder if he knew they was filming that shit.
Man, come on, homie. They all knew it. It was a setup, homie. They set them niggas up.
I had one conversation with him, and I gotta say, it was a respectful conversation when it could have went real goofy. I expected more out of him. I can't believe that. Oh, my mama.
Well, no, it definitely went bad with me and him today on our conversation. And
it made him feel inadequate to see everybody, you know, throwing punches. They kick the nigga in the head and do all of the shit that they done. And he ain't doing nothing. He just standing there looking stupid. So he had to try to involve himself in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
He
didn't want to get in Luce Cannon way because he's scared of Luce Cannon. So he went ahead and just, you know, he went to the most unthreatening situation and took the watch off with a nigga's limp arm, you know?
Remind me of Suge in the casino. Had no business putting his foot in that melee. Went straight.
Exactly. And now you got the point. He act like he didn't get the point. He got the point. That's why it resurrected with him when he went on his live. You know what I'm saying? But then
we got another clip we finna get into, but just so y'all know, Spirit Wonder said that IBM equals I'm bitch made.
That's hard. That's perfect.
That's perfect.
Hey,
let's get
but
this clip.
This the thing I'm tripping off.
Hold on, Diamond. Hold on. We gotta stay on course, King.
End of the day, I don't wish prison on nobody. I understand you got life without. I get it. I understand this is your new way of doing things. I understand that. Right? But bro, you're in a wheelchair. Right? You're in a wheelchair, bro.
What they gotta do with anything?
So you really need to kick like you're in prison in a wheelchair. It's just real shit. Like whatever you talking about, bro, get your ass out of prison. Go over there, put that time into the law library or something. You know what I'm saying? To go over there to the dip bars and try to pull up and do some type of exercises to try to, you know, get yourself right, bro. But I mean, your opinion don't matter. You locked up. We don't give a fuck what you did in 84 and 91. It don't matter. Your opinion don't matter. They got to be all these street dudes talking about what niggas got to be.
10 more seconds.
Well, let somebody get caught walking in their park. Let somebody.
Okay, there you go.
Before you go,
how would he know what I did in 84 and 91 if he ain't did the research?
But all he ever does is talk about what he did way back in early 90s. That's all he ever did. Go ahead.
He didn't do nothing in the early 90s because he wasn't around.
You remember the BB gun?
Man, come on, man. You call that something?
I'm saying
that's the BB gun, baby. Put some respect on that, Diamond.
In prison, he's so proud of all these yards he walked at the same time.
Hey, listen,
walking down a dub better. It don't make sense.
Listen, boom, 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 BBB.
You don't get no majestic banner for walking a 2-yard, bro.
Man, you from rolling hundreds. I don't know what he thought. He got it fucked up.
He definitely got it fucked up, and that's exactly what we highlight. But I just wanted Diamond to be able to flame this lying ass nigga ass up. And first he did ask, why did you speak up on Suge and Pac? And that's what I really wanted you to get into it, because he don't know nothing about you. He just think you's a fanboy or something. You know what I'm saying? This nigga ain't got a fucking clue.
I spoke of that situation because he used that to say how stupid that Suge was. He let Tupac go and do this, that, and the other to the boy. He should have stopped that situation. Nigga, if this shit go all bad, you're gonna be 10 times worse than Suge. Because nigga, you let this dumb nigga a challenged individual destroyed not just his life, but yours as well. And everything that you had going, or you said you had going, or you lied about having going. But like I
I'm
say,
the one that got told on, right?
hey, but like I say, the judge in the Keefe D trial did us a grave justice.
Yep.
She revealed your ass don't have the money that you supposed to say that you got.
And that cap ass
You
mouth.
running around capping about all this money you got. But see, I pay close attention, very close attention. Earlier today, I heard you talking about you was looking back and viewing your life and all these things, and you got to get yourself in the right position, because if you ever fell victim to a fire or something like this, you don't have the $3 to $5 million it would take for you to get back on your feet. Those words came out of your mouth.
600 said he 100 millionaire the other day.
Go back and look at what you said, and then you tell me I'm wrong.
Baby Bosco. Oh, okay.
I know for a fact.
Isaac. Oh,
go
ahead, bro. I thought you were finished. Okay. Baby Bosco Isaac said everything is created from earth and from your tribe who you grew up with. You said right. Nigga, bam to the 20s though. For sure. You already know what it is. Neighbors, bro. Salute. And you right. And that's where I really grew up. My heart is in the fruit towns in the 20s. So you right about that, bro. Salute. Let's get to this next clip. But I wanted them to know that you wasn't just some fan of Tupac, though, Diamond. I didn't hear you build on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll bring Suge up here. You know what I'm saying, and they could get an understanding of things. You know what I'm saying?
He trying to count you for the time you can spend online, but he supposed to be 100 millionaire, though, quarter 600. And look all the time he got to spend online. Niggas that are spending money don't spend as much time online, bro.
Spider. This nigga is no different than any other YouTuber that's in the struggle trying to get a few nickels off this, you know what I'm saying, off this streaming service.
Facts.
He's doing the same thing. And he's trying to take it to an extreme. He's trying to buy people's channels. He's been advertising. If you've built up a platform where you got all these followers and stuff, come talk to me. Let me see your spreadsheet, and we could do some business. You know, why would you be looking for these people's followers?
Not business. Business. He don't do business. He don't do business. He does business.
Yeah.
Business.
Right. Yeah, but Henny pulled the skirt up though and showed his little bare little ass. You know what I'm saying? Henny revealed him when he testified in that game situation. He spoke on how he likes to get anybody he can that he's doing business with in a bad situation so that they'll owe him something. You see what I'm saying?
And he get pennies on the dollars. That was what they said.
Pennies on the dollar. Go and look at Henny's channel when she reviewed that case. Homie, that was some of the most damning shit. You know what I'm saying? But everybody is not privy to it because he's thinking, you know what I'm saying, the average ordinary Joe Schmo is not gonna go and pull up the transcripts from that hearing. You know?
Yeah. But yeah, Henny flamed him. Let's get to this next clip. We got about 4 more clips.
That's it. This other dude, Big Messy, talking about where people ain't from, Big Messy. Listen, bro, your brother's a rat, 8-ball, tiny, dude. He's a rat. Your brother is a rat. He told on Lil Evil. Lil Evil did 26 years. Your brother told on Kisashi. He told on Kisashi, bro. Big mess. You have been harboring a rat since you paroled in 1997. 28 years you left the set. after you cried and begged Pooh Rider to take a case that wasn't his. Begged him. My girl gonna leave me. Pooh, come on, dog. This your first time. Pooh take it and get 10 and do 5, 6 on half.
So Big Mess ain't up here. Big Mess, you on Clubhouse right now?
Hold up, wait a minute. First of all, I don't know nothing about what he's talking about. The Kasasi case, the little evil case, right?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna go into that because that's none of his business right there, first and foremost. Second of all, I took a motherfucking case that wasn't even mine on the situation with the motherfucking Lil Pooh. I wrote the motherfucking wrote the case out. I wasn't even there, and took the motherfucking time. I came down from the pen and told Pooh to take his motherfucking deal because they was trying to give him a motherfucking more time than he should have been getting.
Huh.
You see what I'm saying? They was trying to give him life, and I came down from the pen and told him to get him this motherfucking case. Because at the time, I was like one of the only motherfuckers, there was probably about 2 or 3 more people that he would listen to. So I came down from the pen and told Pooh, you need to jump on this deal. So all that shit about my girl gonna leave me, nigga, when I go to jail, I tell them at the police station, I don't know when I'm gonna see you, so I see you when I see you. Fuck you talking about?
Right. Hey, yeah, the last thing a motherfucker, last thing somebody finna do time is worried about is hold on to a bitch because she gonna fucking do, that pussy gonna do what it's gonna do. If she stay around, that's better. We got the queen in the building. Henny, gang, girl.
What's poppin', yeah?
Anything you want to say, what you heard so far?
Well, first of all, I wanted to come up here and clear my name. I did no such thing. I did not touch that young man's skirt and pull nothing up, okay? I did not insert anything into his booty hole. I ain't do none of that, all right? So I just wanted to clear my name. But I do want to say, anybody that didn't see this put off coming or anything, clearly you must not understand what goes on out here with all of this stuff that goes on out here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just sitting and I'm waiting, I'm watching. I'm still gonna report on everything that's going on. But I'm waiting and watching to see what's gonna happen, because if he does not get picked up, if something does not come of this, then Deuce, we already know what it is.
Well, I been knew what it was.
Right.
And as soon as it happened, everybody was like, "Oh, they messed up. They're going to jail this time." I'm like, "Bro, them people got immunity. That's federal confidential source 2 back, who's connected to Veggie Wright Jr. and Greg Caden and Darren Dupree. Bro, as long as you got them kind of connections, you gonna find a way to work it out." You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but
Yeah,
don't lose.
everybody around him better watch out, because he'll take
Don't lose
anybody
sight
down.
of
That's
what.
a rat.
They've been on him favors since the 90s, since the Tupac era. So just remember that.
But see, don't lose sight of what Reggie Wright did. Reggie tried to go on there and clean the shit up and said, "Oh, I'm not a video expert. I don't even know if that's them." Nigga, is you crazy?
Reggie knows.
Yeah, I got
This
Reggie.
man is basically smiling in the camera with a pistol in his hand, running back and forth between one victim after the other.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And then let me say this: why did they strip the Damu dude? The Damu dude, they ripped his clothes all the way off, had him naked, bucket naked.
They no longer horny for content. They're no longer horny for content. They horny for something else.
Hey, but look, why they stripped the fake Crips, stripped out the Damu in front of some Damus.
Nasty work.
They had a fake
and
Dom.
they think it's cool.
Oh yeah, because people don't forget. Wack wasn't the only one that was out there. Remember when he was on there with Adam? He said his whole team is Piru.
Yeah,
That means him and
they
his
was all
whole
standing around.
team.
Hey, they was all standing around until once they start dispersing, and Cuban Rob pulled that watch up off that sucker, you know what I'm saying, up off that boy's arm, you know. And then he
Salute to the
told this
usual,
this
Johnson.
what kills me. Then Wack goes on no jumper, you know what I'm saying, with the watch, talking about, oh yeah, one of the security personnel just happened to give it to me. No, you dumb nigga.
We
You looked at
watched
the
him take
video
that
just like I
watch.
looked at the video and everybody else looked at the video, and you saw Cuban Rob take it off the man's arm, and you said, homie, I'm trying to keep us out of this shit. So when they come get Luce Cannon, we don't fall with them.
Bingo.
Give me that
I,
watch so I
I've
could
been saying
present it
that.
and say you just gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? Or I got it from one of the security personnel. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I need to save you. Because my name is Wack100 and I save everybody.
I save everybody to put them
I'm
in
the
my
great
pocket and
savior.
play them later.
Super Acclaim One said, I want to hear from the Bloods that didn't help the Damu. That's nasty work. I heard from one today that didn't help, and he talking about a fade, nigga. You commit
With who? With you?
Oh yeah, hold on. Who was that?
Or Faye with
Stop bringing people up. No, Cuban Rob.
He want to fade with you?
Baby Kuban Rob. So he was, that's what he was talking about. Cause I told the nigga I ain't explaining shit. Matter of fact, we got the content. We'll be bringing that out soon. We got the content. We'll let y'all hear it yourself. But you don't deal with nobody that's cool with and fuck with a federal confidential source and don't protect yourself, right? Yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead,
You gotta listen to how he's talking these last couple of days. His voice is all soft. He's all nice. He's humbled right now. He's nervous. If he gotta go to the yard, they gonna tear that ass up.
In all ways.
I can
In every
promise you
form and
that.
fashion.
I can promise you that.
He ain't
That weirdo will get ate up. Motherfuckers
He
will
gonna find
devour
himself
him.
stripped naked with his booty hole violated.
He gonna tell him that in R&R, bro. He's not gonna touch nothing real.
They said most scandalous Los Angeles TV, IBM, incredibly bitch made. Hey, let's get to this other clip. They fucking over the IBM, IEBM niggas in the chat. It's a 4-minute clip. So I want everybody on stage to react to this one after this 4-minute
You
clip.
went and did a little slap on the hand, got out. Your rat brother ran to Vegas because the homies was on his mother, and you went out there and reunited with your brother. And you still been trying to implement an innocent man. Now you rat lie snitching. Bro, who are you to tell somebody where they from? You, your crew, your whole team. We're talking about, Skimp? I watched Skimp cry like a bitch. Fred Jones. Yeah, Fred, your man Big Mess brought this on. I watched him ball up and beg for his life and cry and beg and cry and beg and cry. Fred Jones. Yeah. Big Mess, is this what you want?
Go ahead. Big Mess got something to say.
Hey, so the homie Skimp don't have no dog in this fight right here, right?
Right.
Why is he putting his name out there, his whole name, his government, and every motherfucking thing?
The debriefers.
What he
do?
Yeah.
How he implement motherfuckers. This is how he say, officer, I need you to watch this guy. And then I need you to watch that guy and that guy. All the way down the motherfucking line. That's the only reason why you would say somebody's name.
Right.
Wow.
First name, last name, gang name. He makes sure that he debriefs about it all. You know
And then try to blame it on somebody else while he doing it.
Nasty work, man. Let's finish that real quick.
Ain't WACK100 like in Latin Kings? You think them people your homie? He on house arrest, Wack. Why you telling me, homie? I don't care what he on. The only thing that disturbs me is you know what happened with your pops. You know what he in the ground with. You know what was inserted in him. And you won't spend the 9,000. Oh, I forgot you didn't have bail money. Fred had to come get you. How you driving an Escalade, nigga? You ain't got no bail money.
Talking about snitching.
You ain't got bail money.
Talking about snitching.
Wow.
This nigga ain't leaving breadcrumbs. This nigga leaving loaves of bread.
Wow.
Wack100 debriefing on the stand of YouTube.
Wiretap.
Nasty work.
Wow.
Now you and your brother over there at odds because you know he want to tell on you about whatever y'all got going on. But I got a message to you, big mess. Oh, you 50-something years old. Go your way. Your dumb ass got caught up doing whatever you got caught up doing. Nigga, don't implement me in none of your shit. I don't fuck with you. You used to beg me for work.
You got caught up. Don't implicate me in who. Where has Big Mess implicated you at? Show me some paperwork where Big Mess then got caught up and implicates anything that got to do with you. Anything.
I can't believe this.
So you're bringing this to the internet, snitching before the world, implicating yourself and some other shit.
Hey,
Y'all,
and
yeah, I know what's going on.
Nasty work.
Hey, and he knows that these DAs and these courts are watching these internet podcasts. You see what I'm saying? So he's making sure that he's putting full testimony online, so he could go and do the fake. Oh man, I'm a gangster. I don't talk to the police. No, because you just said everything to the internet already. All they got to do is go and pull the tapes.
The last time we seen him in court, they brought up he said on the internet, bro. They had already did it to him.
Exactly. In the KVD trial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's fully aware that these people are watching everything that he says and does.
Well, shit, them his buddies.
They called it old flavor against Jay Prince, remember?
And that may be what he's under instructions to do. Look, you don't even have to go in and tell us behind closed doors. Just put it on the air. Just put it on the air and we'll pull it up. We'll have a team just watch your shows so we'll know exactly what's going on.
He got a sophisticated situation.
Exactly. He been telling us the whole time.
Situation is crazy. Hey, salute to Skip, 2 P's and a B. Salute, brother. Forget what this rat dude talking about. Keep living your life. Come on, we got about 2 minutes on this clip, and then we'll get to the next clip.
Used to fly out dead homies, Diesel, to my birthday parties at your calls. I remember you lost your job.
Damn, stop it.
You begged me. I brought you, what? Could I sell some straight stud magazines? I could sell them at the barbershop. I dropped you off like 300-400 of them here, homie. Keep that. Wack, I want to be on your team. Wack, don't trust this homie. Don't trust that homie. This is why I don't fuck with nothing but my clique and my crew. The sad part about it, you got this bozo who beat women, mentioning names. He ain't from the set. Nigga, we from the valley. Can't nobody from LA, South Central, Inglewood, or Watts speak on who from Pacoima, homie.
That's why y'all.
Like we can't speak on.
Hold on. Go ahead, Messi.
So why do this nigga speak on
Hold on, Diamond,
everybody?
hold on, Diamond, hold
I
on.
want to say, oh my.
Go ahead, Messi.
First of all, I just want to touch on something that he said earlier, right? In that clip right there, right?
Right.
I'm a union electrician. He's a truck driver. How can he get me a job? Why would I need to call him to get a job?
Yeah, that's nasty work.
I'll leave it right there. Just think about it. Union electrician, truck driver.
Right.
Maybe he could get me in.
Hey, but I'm saying this, right? He's saying can't nobody from LA say who is and ain't from the Valley, but that's Valley business. But this is the same, ain't that the tea kettle calling the pot black? This
Exactly
the same nigga that's in whoop-de-whoop from 8-9 East Coast and Murder Rock, and Big Whoop-de-whoop from 6 Deuce Harvard Park Brim and say they name, right? Bird from Park Village, Compton. Bro,
don't stop there. He go all the way to Chicago, New York. He goes and goes.
But
Jim Jones is a rat.
Hold on.
Jay
Can I make
Prince
this?
Is a rat. Go ahead.
You just said exactly what he did, right? He just told Messi that he can't tell nobody who's from his hood. But you just told me I'm not from Park Village.
On my mama.
You just said this. Nigga, how you going? Nigga, I just listen. I talk to real homies every day, bro. And I'm going to land it right there. And those who know,
hey,
if you know, you know.
The reality of it, homie, deep down inside of him, he wants to be from 60s. That's his biggest problem. His biggest problem is he wants to be little Big U from rolling 60s. Okay?
Disrespect to Big U, but Big U can have
that dude wakes up
Don't nobody want
every
to be an
day
orphan
with an infatuation with another man. If you go and look at every single channel them dudes have, all the content they have, 8 out of every 10 videos have the name Big U or some variation of Big U in the thumbnail.
Can I please allow me one moment? It's 9 seconds, y'all. Give me 9 seconds to do this, please.
Go ahead.
That's what I don't understand. How non-Pacoima guy knows what a guy from Pacoima does in Pacoima? So this what I don't understand. How does a non?
That's it. That's all.
How does How does a Piru from Pacoima involve himself in everything that's going on Slauson and Crenshaw in the 60s?
Right.
How is he so deeply embedded in all of their politics and business to the point where he takes all of the rejects, everybody who's a reject from that section finds themselves as part of his team?
Deep. That's deep.
Well, I think it's because he a plant. But not just right now, that's definitely seems to be his primary focus and target, getting an indictment over in that community. But he's in everybody's business. You're talking about as soon as the rabbit, go ahead and say it then, Henny, because I forgot to stop. No, forget that.
You know, when y'all get to talking, I step back and let y'all talk, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm stepping back to let you talk. I want to hear.
No, I was going to say, I'm going to take it a step further because he involves himself in everybody's politics from everywhere. Places that he has no business involving himself in. And he even goes as far as to call around. I got a video dropping soon about him calling around, asking questions about somebody and their connections to Big U. The obsession is real. And I just don't get it. But you won't. How do you not involve yourself in politics that you should have involved yourself with, but you always involving yourself in politics that you have no business in. That's what I want.
But he don't like it when the rat ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. So now that your wounds and your weaknesses and your flaws are being exposed within your own community, you being called out for fades, you duck them, you got open fades in Pacoima, nigga. That's from your road dog. Nigga grew up with you since the 6th grade. Nigga, open fades in Pacoima that you ducking. Buster, you's a yee, nigga. On top of that, nigga, you got phase with Duse M's, J Diggs, Big U, all kind of J Prince, all kind of people. Go to Detroit, go to Texas, go to Atlanta, 21 Savage, Jim Jones, New York. You got phase lined up everywhere and ain't taking none of them. Straight.
You know, he hid when he was in New York, right? Because he came out there on some diaper deal stuff and they went looking for him and he poof.
Disappeared. No, we good at it, bro.
Hey, Henny,
the
reason why he involved himself in so many politics is because, and he don't insert himself in the right politics, is because he don't know how to politic, and he don't have the credentials to politic the correct way. And his politic is not the politic that Duse Sims, myself, Diamond, anybody, G-Mac, Bomani, Big Messy, Spot. No, he can't politic like that because he's already went foul. He's already foul. He's already foul. So when you foul already, you can't politic correctly with the politicers. That's like a nigga from the hood standing with rats, taking pictures with them and breaking bread with them, and you trying to politic against rats. That's backwards. Your politic is fucked up. You can't, man, the right nigga gonna get at you if you go to jail for politicking like that. So he can't politic with us, and he can't politic with the real politics because he's never been a politicker. You get what I'm saying? He's never been. Our culture really stand on that. The Damu Kiwe stand on them real politics. So when you got foul on you, you can't.
Y'all fake Bloods and Crip podcast. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Yeah, you can't politic, brother.
I'm gonna say this. Everybody who has ever been mentioned by him up on a stage with him, y'all better protect y'all asses. Because that exposure, he was telling y'all what he is. Exposer. He's exposing y'all to the feds. All he do is snitch. Every time he open his mouth on a video, every time he go on Clubhouse, he tell people where so-and-so is from and who they associated with and what they did and where you can find them and how he know and who he's connected to that's connected to that person. And if you go on this day at this time, you gonna find them over here. And he like to tie this shoe first and put this pants leg on last. Like he's gonna run it all down for you. And the reason he's doing that is so that the feds get every piece of information and detail into anything you've ever been involved in, and they can go right to where you are. Look at what he did to Compton Rick Rock. He sat up there talking about, oh, you can go to his channel and he spells it with 2 C's because he's a Crip from over here. And then why you have to give all who you giving that information to?
Then he said he hit the weed spot for 40 P's. He went deeper than that.
Him and Jay Reed, but you don't know Jay Reed though. You don't know Jay Reed, but you know he hit the spot though.
Wow.
Come on, bro.
Nasty.
I'm a female and I'm not even from LA and I smell you.
Hey, what
I see? One thing I want everybody to please open their eyes to.
Wait, who is that?
Take the time to
Hold
really
on, JG, let us finish these last clips.
Take the time to really observe what's transpiring before your eyes. All these dudes that get up here and don't know their history. They don't know the history of Los Angeles, of these neighborhoods that they're in trying to include themselves in. They're trying to install themselves in a history that they have no idea what happened, when it happened, why it happened, or how it happened. You see what I'm saying?
Nigga Wack said,
they want to be They want to be a part of the history. They want to be in the history books. So what they're trying to do is go back in history, and the Harry O's, the Whiteys, the Freeway Rigs, these are just a few of the guys that he mentioned the other day, and saying, "Oh, you niggas got caught, and you don't get rewarded for getting caught." No, you don't get rewarded for getting caught. But let me tell you what they did do. Each and every one of those individuals, they displayed skills and tactics to build wealth in a ghetto that can only be compared to Fortune 500 companies. Them dudes ran multi-million dollar operations in the drug trade. And some of them did it without high school education, without junior high school education, without even being able to read. So do we tip our hat to a dude that don't know how to read and was able to build something
out of nothing,
of monumental stature? And then for those of us that were around, as you said, in 84 and 91 and all these things, because I know you did your history. I know you dug back, and that's why you brought those years up. I understand as well as you do. You know who you're dealing with, boy. But I say this. Those dudes, they do deserve an honorable mention. Waterhead Bo, he was up out the valley. He deserves an honorable mention. These were dudes that did something, they were somebody. You see what I'm saying? So you may not agree with what they did or how they did it, but you would have licked their boots to been part of it. The same way that you licking the boots of the police right now that try to destroy each and every one of them's names. To try to destroy their legacy. And you ask me why you on Wack like this? I'm on Wack like this because Wack is just that. He's Wack. He's a Wack motherfucker because he's going and he's not learning the history. He's trying to destroy the history. He's trying to take away from our community.
Right? He's trying to rewrite it. So essentially,
exactly
what he's trying to do is this, right? He's trying to rewrite what the definition of a legend is. Imagine somebody not from South Central Los Angeles, Compton, or Watts, Gardena, Inglewood, right? The inner cities of Los Angeles, being able to redefine what being a legend in these inner city means. Someone who not only isn't from these communities trying to redefine it, but somebody who was never even a legend within his community. Wow. His people don't even accept or allow him in their community anymore. So imagine us allowing and debating on whether or not the accolades and the contributions made to the communities over decades, feeding families where people really was living meal to meal, borrowing sugar from next door, peanut butter from next door. Because, nigga, you ain't never had no sugar water. We could talk about how bad it is in communities coming together and everybody feel like they cousins and aunties because it was so close-knit. I know that's a total different world to the internet and age of technology. Kids who grew up with a little bit more because things didn't change. But let me finish. We got 4 more clips, man, and then we got some questions. We gonna open this shit up and let everybody do what they do. Let's go.
I understand content. But what I don't understand is the envy, the hate. It's crazy. I mean, I'm flattered. I'm honored because I got people's attention that I don't even know. Every day I get like 20, 30 crank phone. It be grown men. Half of them be like, no, Wack, I just want to talk to you. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I go to Clubhouse. I put together a team, a dominant team. We dominate. They get mad at that. Every time.
You put together a team and we get mad because you dominate on Clubhouse, which doesn't pay. Yeah, right. Let's go.
They try to pop up, it don't work for them.
Then they try to pop up. Now, mind you, they're talking about the fake Blood and Crip podcast. And they say, we pop up and it doesn't work for us. Of course, it doesn't work for us to pop up and call you on your bullshit because you mass block half the app, you dumbass nigga. How can we pop up and confront you on lie after lie after lie when you tell a lie and you make sure you block the motherfucker so that everybody that's still around you only hears your side rendition of and manipulation of the story about these people? Duse M is a rat. How does Duse M even confront Wack100 and prove he's not a rat? Even though my paperwork's on active chucks, go to my community, CYA, federal prison, state prison, all of that's on activechucks.com. But confronting the person who accused me of being a rat after I called him out for the fade. Don't forget that part. I still need that. Let's go. We got 3 more clips. And it starts at...
And a quick shout out, man. 1,400 in the chat right in viewing right now. Can we please get a like from everybody?
Well, matter of fact, before I even start that, let us get a like from everybody in the chat. Make sure you go follow That Girl Henny. If you haven't already subscribed, go subscribe to That Girl Henny. Make sure you subscribe to Active Chucks. That's where you at right now. Go subscribe to my boy Smoked Out TV Reactions. He's in the chat. The whole team, Scandalous Los Angeles TV, most Scandalous Los Angeles TV. Make sure you subscribe to Stand On It Media, The Smokey Show, Fam West TV, and all of the YouTubers that contribute positively to creating content on the internet and exposing the exposers. Let's get into this what you call it, because I can't wait to open it up. We only got 2 more clips. Let's go.
What? Let me put together a whole nother play. They using this wrong. The real money across the street, still on YouTube, but you got to put together another play. They using this wrong. So now I'm about to show y'all. Remember, mark my words. In the next 90 days, I'm going to do something on YouTube, and it's going to piss them off even more. Why? Because I'm a thinker. You mad at me for being me. I'm a thinker, an innovator, a hustler, a builder. All wax this, wax that. Everything you say Wack is. You can't show it.
Everything you say Wack is, you can't show it. So I'm going to make sure I say your CS2 back. And I'm going to show everybody, since we got 1,500 people in here after we open it up and have a little dialogue, we're going to show who you are since you said we can't show it. But let's get to this next one, 27, 26. Okay, the 3008.
Everything Wack does, you want to down it. But your life is your life, and my life is my life. I don't know a lot of you dudes. 98% of you dudes, I don't know. And every last one of y'all, outside of Rolling Ray in a wheelchair who got pissed on the yard and had to go to the other yard, this nigga on the SNY wheelchair yard. Heavy for 111. outside of Rolling Ray, Yael, you came to Wack for favor. Duse M's way in Madison, Wisconsin. You came to me for favor till I found out you beat the girl through.
What favor did I come to you for? Show the receipt, CS2 back. You said what we say about you, we can't show. What I'm going to show your CS2 back. I'm going to show that you said you got the paperwork on Duse M that I was a rat. Then I want you to show where I asked you for anything. Back channels, text messages, anything. Now, if you're talking about me introducing you to Yael, who already had a song, Sections, we was playing it when we came on, featuring Joe Moses and Coyote for Hire, which at the time were signed to you. And I text you and said it's a Compton Crip. I'm trying to introduce you to him so that he could get a release. That was you and his business. So, as for other than that, name something. Oh, Duse M asked me for an NFT. No, nigga. I had Crip back under contract for a fight. Pay-per-view, livestreamers.com with another fighter to be determined, right? And 2 NFTs. So when you heard about that, you stepped on my chucks and went and got Blueface to call Crip Mac out for the fade. Nigga, I told you, nigga, I already got the NFTs and the fight set up. Nigga, why is you stepping on my chucks? That's why I called you out for the fade, nigga. That and all the bullshit you keep going with people within our community when you not even in our community made clear that you don't want to be a part of our community. So niggas just keep admiring from afar. This is the last clip right here, and then we finna open up while I go grab the documentary. And this one right here, he talked about a whole bunch of stuff. And at the end, it just really showed how spooked that nigga was by our live yesterday, man. He never seen Eminem. He's heard about Eminem, but he only met Duse M. Y'all only met Duse M.
Lamonte.
Yeah,
Lamonte.
He knows Lamonte. Yeah, you're right. He met me. I was Lamonte. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to change my life, but he played these games so long. I had to really tell him and let him know. Take that mask off and let him know and see who he really been playing with this whole time. So this is his reaction to last night's live.
Bring what it bring, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. It's a few people out here that run their mouth. They do a little too much. And you know, who knows? You know, I heard a dude say he don't care if the police is dead. If he see any of me or any of my people, he crashing out. Now, see, this same dude that said this, right? Right? This is crazy. I'm going to give y'all a little example. I don't care where we at. If I see him or anybody, I'm crashing out. So, with this individual, speaking hypothetically, do you expect a motherfucker hearing that to run into him just wherever and it don't get live? See, here goes the thing. I believe this. Until they see me on my back, leaking, shot up, stabbed up, beat up, anything that happens, they're going to say, oh, he's wrong. Y'all can hear a motherfucker straight issue a threat, and then we run into each other, and they say, oh.
Somebody says, nigga, when I see you, I don't give a fuck if the police there, nigga, you getting smashed. Well, that person was obviously me. Obviously, that was said on the internet. But you disrespected me. You disrespected my father. You lied and said I was a rat. All of this disrespect. So when I see you, I'm not threatening you I'm letting you know that's a promise. I'm standing on business, and the outcome will be you on the ground after I knock your bitch ass out. Bottom line, ain't no terrorist threats or nothing. You said what you said. Now I'm telling you what's gonna happen because of what you said and what you did. But let's listen how scary he is. He's threatening.
Look at him. He's against the people.
Look at him.
No, what you mean? Bro, let's be real. Y'all not looking for me. I ain't hard to find, bro. Y'all not looking for me.
No, you're very hard to find, but you're right. We're not looking for you.
Oh, no.
I'm saying, I said, when I see you, nigga, remember, I'm not looking for you. Mr. Officer CS2 back. I don't know if that's what you wanted us to say. Oh, I'm looking for this. Where this nigga at? You know what I'm saying? An active pursuit. Like,
You're thinking right. You're thinking right, Deuce.
Yeah.
Hey, Deuce. The cold thing about it, I laugh at the dude because he done dug hard and he couldn't find nothing. So he tried to make something up. But see, this is what I say about the history books. And when you know your history and people know the history, one thing people know, when it come to me, I have never and would never be considered S&Y because it just goes against everything that I stand for in life. However, he could sit up and say anything, create any falsehood. The reason that Big Daddy used them wheels, because I got a bullet that's sitting on the L7.
Soldier, wounded.
And they don't want a motherfucker running around because I've been known to act a goddamn fool. And the doctor say, if you keep on doing this, you're gonna fuck around and that bullet will shift and it's gonna knock your shit out for real. So we need you to sit your ass down until you decide to let us do this operation. However, I don't feel comfortable with the operation. But at any given moment, and he could check with his partners. He got partners from Pacoima that can walk lines with me. And they know when shit get thick, nigga, we rise like yeast. Run niggas down like dogs, nigga. You ever seen a nigga run on all fours? Yeah, I done been on a motherfucker and had him running on all fours, trying to get to the police, not from the police, trying to get to the police. But see, that's the difference between me and you. The history books really speak the truth. You see what I'm saying? And no matter where I've been, every single yard, always been one of the ones that had a say so. Because I hold my own dick when I piss. Chew on that. Try to understand that. Real man. Real man.
Real quick on Clubhouse, where was his name go? He left already? He told me he had a question and he left. Gaga, salute. I didn't even see you in there. What's up, fuck boy? Oh no, JG. There you go. JG, what up, bro? You had a question? Huh?
They talk about Big U 24/7, right?
Yeah.
You don't think Wack paying that man to use his name like that at this point?
Do I? Hell no, he not, bro. That nigga trying to put Big U in. Nigga, Big U want to do that. Nigga, something for playing with his name like that. Big U can't wait to beat that nigga ass. Hell no, he not paying Big U.
Can't he strike them in the channel?
Well, all I can say is that they're already talking with attorneys. So whatever legal options he have, it'll be coming from an attorney. Not from me, you know what I'm saying? So, but definitely that defamation that obviously you see is crazy, but it's even crazier that this dude is so infatuated and trying to connect and live through another man. That shit is so ditty, my nigga. Attaching yourself to the legacy and legend of another man. But we finna get into this content. We finna, wait, is this it? I think this is it. Yeah, we finna, we can't, what we say about him, we can't prove. It's gonna be 2 videos. One's 11 minutes. And then the other one would be a video from Scandalous Los Angeles TV as he, what's up, fuck boy? Salute though, Gaga. I love your crazy ass. Yael said he's sick of your shit though. But nah, we love you, bro. Glad you made it. Let's go. We gonna get into this video.
Dude that spoke on Shaq, he's completely right because I was caught up in the middle of all that.
Well, first of all, there were no arrests made other than Cash Jones.
Wack100, most famously known for arguing on Clubhouse, has been exposed as an confidential informant in paperwork recently released by defendant Money Mark and Stutterbox. Before we play the recording of Money Mark, who was the main defendant in this case, confirming Wack is back, let's take a look back to when Wack himself spoke on this case and admitted to meeting with the feds and also saying they owe him a favor.
But once they hit my motherfucking home office, that's when they called the search off. Because the home office then discovered the house and cars and everything they thought was up under my name, that had that living beyond the means excuse to come in there.
How do the feds not check and know what property is up under your name?
Yeah, what made them think they was in your name? What did they look at to make it think it was in your name in the first place?
Bro, the feds cross all they'll sleep with you for years, bro. On the dead homies, that's what the feds' reputation is. They'll sleep with you with years. They'll let you sell dope for years, watching you, control buys, building it up to make sure that when they do drop that hammer on you, you're doing 30 years of life. But let's go. If you believe this weirdo.
Was all up on the different corporations.
Wack is claiming that FBI did not know his house was not in his name before entering his home, and once they found his paperwork in his home office, they called off the search. How does the FBI not have this information prior to search warrant?
My attorney, we go down to the federal building on Wilshire Boulevard, right up to 405. We go up top. Now, I get up top, I'm tripping, nigga. So when I tell the motherfuckers, hey, look, y'all raided my house. Y'all had motherfuckers cuffed up in my house. Y'all did all this shit, you know, and y'all know damn well I was clean. Y'all embarrassed me. This, that. We filed in the suit. When we get outside with my attorney, 2 officers that's depicted in there came to the front of me, and my attorney said, hey, look, man, let this shit go. This shit gonna fuck. You know, this ain't gonna look good on us. We didn't know you. That boy put us on you, right? But we'll owe you one.
Wack is explaining going down to the federal building tripping and basically the detectives telling him on the spot that Stutterbox told us on you. This seems a little odd that detectives would give up someone who is supposedly working for them name, and also beg to drop the lawsuit and let us owe you a favor. Wack has told this story on several occasions, changing it up a little each time.
When I got up to the top floor, we went to go get my personal belongings, me and my attorney, when I saw the 2 women with that FBI flak jackets come out, that Stutterbox would always invite to dinner when we was eating at Stevie's on the Strip. That's when I knew.
2 women officers, right? That he.
Let me say something real quick.
That he said, 1 second. That he said that that Stutterbox would always bring to Stevie's on the Strip. What's up? What's up, Gaga?
Just because he keeps saying this shit about these two women and everything, that's the easiest fan case in the world right there, and that's 8 years. They can get him with conspiracy right there, and they don't need much other than him being with the drug dealer.
Fact.
That's all they need.
And we know that Stutterbox was still doing all kind of shit at that time, and Rolls Royces and all of that. But let's go.
Hey, but can I say one thing?
When we
Don't
come off the
overlook the
elevator,
obvious.
I see a bunch of people in FBI flag jackets. Guess who one of the persons I see? The fucking female from New Orleans that asked about the 5 keys.
Sounds like a scene from Power. Was it one or was it two women? Now Wack100 decides to use his favor the detective promised him and calls it in. Listen to how easy it is for Wack100 to get the information. These is words coming from Wack, and like he always says, the truth could never be considered disrespect.
I'm sitting back, I call my attorney. I said, hey, yo, call that officer, I need to have a word with him. Yo, didn't you say that Stutterbox is a cooperant for you? Yeah. Documented on paper. Yeah, documented. He's a CI. Been that for 6-7 years. You got the paper and all, whatever y'all use. Yeah, we got that. Okay, yo, contact this dude. Have them call Stutterbox to the stand. Yeah, I called it in that day, and I did sue, but I used the card and that was it.
Stutterbox alleges that Wack100 was caught on a wiretap with Dale Dog conspiring to commit murder. This is why his house was raided and led him to working with the police as back. Stutterbox explains to Duse M that Wack gave up his address.
His house got raided because he was on the wiretap with Dog, you know.
What is Mark saying I had to do with the case, bro?
Wack, listen, in the paperwork, it said you tried to call Dog, remember?
I tried to
and he
call
won't take
Dog.
your call. And I sent it to you. And he said,
I talked to Dog. I talked to Dog. That whole Main Street shit, that was your play. I had nothing to do with it. I was a victim. I was a victim.
There you have it. Wack admitting to being a victim on the case, talking to Dale Dog, and also saying Money Mark was completely right.
Dude that spoke on Shaq, he's completely right, because I was caught up in the middle of all that.
Stutterbox said you in my paperwork on Wiretap, right?
So Stutterbox confirmed that Wack was included in his paperwork
on the Main Street.
On the Main Street case.
Which he wasn't charged. But this guy is saying the only person that was arrested
was Cash Jones.
If Greg's credibility hurts the findings of the entire task force or not?
Well, first of all, there were no arrests made other than Cash Jones.
Hey, when me and Yael shot this, I broke out of witness protection for a couple days. You guys didn't hear that from me, though.
That's a dope spot.
Discovery was part of that, the actual wiretap, the whole transcript. I got the whole transcript. The whole transcripts of the whole wiretap. And do you, in that paperwork, do you see your conversation with Cash Jones in the transcript?
That was the initiating. That was the initiating when they started recording.
Right.
Damn.
Cash Jones.
In the paperwork they put him as back. BACK. And
right.
I kept asking
Back wiretap Wack.
In a minute.
The lawyer's like, who the fuck is? I ain't talking to no back.
Nasty.
And they
way.
said, nah, that's Wack.
Oh.
So they put him in back because he a blood. So it's
wow.
Back. Okay.
Was this back also referred as confidential source number 2?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Well,
that's nasty work. We don't even need to play no more of that. You got
with the homie Stutterbox. That's how I first came to meet Wack, was through the homie Stutterbox. Right? When I met him, dude was driving trucks, seemed to be cool. Box was like, yo, this was his neighbor across the street. He seemed to be cool. When Stutterbox defected, Wack picked up the phone and was basically being the interim, the middleman, because he was telling me Stutterbox was defected. And I was like, okay. But my whole thing is, if he defected, why are you fucking with him?
Right.
So he says that Stutterbox defected, and then you get some phone calls asking to speak to someone else, right?
Yeah, he called me. He called me, man. It was, man, a series of calls, 4 or 5 calls. He wanted to reach out to the homie, rest in peace, Dell, though. And I don't give out nobody now.
Right.
So I called the homie, Dell, dog. I'm like, yo, homie, you want to holler at this dude or what? Because he keep calling me. And he was like, nah, I'm good on that. I don't want to holler at dude.
So at some point, you get a
you don't want to do no hollering?
WACK100 Cash Jones.
Hell no.
And when he contacted you, what did he contact you concerning?
He wanted to reach out to Del Dog, rest in peace. And he wanted to give Del Dog some information that he had gotten from Stutterbox, right? It's like he was getting information from Stutterbox on what his plan was and what the get down was going to be. And he wanted to talk to the homie and talk to him. And Dog wasn't getting on the line with him. And he kept blowing me up because he wanted me to get him on the line.
Smart man. Rest in peace to Del Dog, man. So he's talking about the phones is being compromised. Is that one of the things that he told you?
Well, the homie Del Dog never trusted dude. Follow me?
Right.
So Dog didn't know was the lines compromised or was they wired up for sound or not. He just wasn't going to chance it.
Now let's jump into 2 more situations Wack100 himself discussed about his encounters with the FBI.
Fans just called my phone 2 hours ago. I seen the shit, right? Wow. So first, I've been trying to get game passport cleared. I said, maybe it's...
So that's enough of the documentary. But he does a lot of police shit. So he's saying that he's on the Main Street case. He saved 7 Main Streets, including Shaquille O'Neal and Money Mark Stevens. And he never thought that somebody would check somebody that Mark Stevens, who is a millionaire sports agent, would even stoop to the level to clarify the facts and the record for the people of what went on. And he underestimated my perseverance, my fortitude and drive to expose his bitch ass after he said I was a rat.
Hey, Duse M.
Yeah.
In the chat, they saying this needs to go viral. You mind letting them know what happened when it was going viral and why it's not currently viral?
Oh, so for those who don't know, that video did go viral. I released it on World Star Hip Hop. In 4 days on the World Star Hip Hop server alone, it did 3 million views as a premiere on World Star Hip Hop. WACK100 reported, had his attorneys reported and to World Star Hip Hop claiming defamation of character. They're currently in litigation. Last I heard, World Star filed a motion to dismiss the allegations of defamation, meaning World Star is saying that they are not liable and that it isn't defamation. But he's not talking about that. But yeah, it was on all platforms. It's currently on my channel, Active Chucks on YouTube. But yeah, I'm also dealing with litigation against World Star Hip Hop and WACK100 right now for even questioning my journalistic reputation after I went interview the victim, which was Stutterbox, allegedly kidnapped at the behest, if you believe it, of Shaquille O'Neal, right? By some Crips from his neighborhood, right? Snatched out his Rolls Royce on Sunset Boulevard, taken to South Central to a spot where he was allegedly beaten, robbed, stripped of his Rolex, his jewelry, and all of that, and told to go get the tape, which he claimed he had of Shaquille O'Neal having sex with a woman, not his wife.
So is this
right?
is that the documented start of his getting all in between Keyway business and politics? Is that where we can kind of like mark the beginning?
That's about as far as my investigation has led me at where that began. You know what I'm saying? But so when this all came out though, and Wack did that, he said that it's lying, the paperwork is fake. So he brought Greg Cadence, representing Greg Cadence as the lead investigator and detective on that case, which was Cap. Greg Cadence was the lead investigator and detective in the Biggie Smalls and Tupac murder investigations. But he did help federalize the case, so he was familiar with some of the stuff. Him and his partner, Darren Dupree, who is WACK100'S handler. Let's get to this Scandalous Los Angeles video, and where Wack is saying Duse M went and added confidential source 2 back to the wiretap paperwork. We're finna get verification from the person he claims was the lead investigator of what the paperwork actually said when Scandalous Los Angeles contact Greg Cadence. Then we're going to open up. People could chop it up, and then we're going to close this. But let's go.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. Today, we're going to let you guys hear what Greg Cadence has to say about CS2 back. You're going to hear Greg attempt to shield his confidential source, but you're also going to hear him place Wack directly in the CS2 driver's seat. I'll interject a little throughout the interview, just to point out a few things. Other than that, I'm gonna just let it play. Tell me in the comment section what you think. Now, Greg, this isn't about you. This is about Wack. I understand you have to do what you gotta do. But if he can bring you on Clubhouse to tell us all that stuff, I feel I should be able to ask some questions, so the people can be informed. So again, this has nothing to do with you. This is about Wack.
Yeah, I get it. No, and again, I'm not trying to get in the middle of whatever bullshit is going on between Wack and whatever bullshit's going on with Starbucks. I don't give a fuck about that beef. Whatever it is, they'll figure it out. I'm just going to tell you investigatively, we would have listed Wack, Cash Jones, in our paperwork. He would have been like target 1, and his phone would have been target 1. And so when we were looking at him, we used particular language in our paperwork. So if we're writing the wiretap affidavit for his phone, we would say Cash Jones, also known as Wack. You were utilizing target number, whatever, which would be his phone. I think it was some 661 phone number. And that's just the language. Nowhere within the paperwork related to the investigation of Cash Jones, was he ever mentioned as a CS or an informant? Because he wasn't.
Okay. Now, Greg, we're talking about the case Stutterbox had against Shaquille O'Neal and the 7 Main Street Crips. When Wack brought you on Clubhouse, he asked you what would he have been referred to as in the paperwork.
And then in your paperwork, I don't know. How was I referred to? Was I referred to Wack, Cash Jones? They have this Back name. I don't know who the fuck Back is. I don't know. I know I've never had that moniker, but I don't know. Maybe it was some coded shit. Or how did you recall referring to me through all the paperwork when you guys were like listening in on my wiretaps? So like saying, okay, this is Wack, this is Cash Jones on the wiretap. What was I referred to in your, because I've never looked over that paperwork, never had a need to. What was I referred to?
If Wack had nothing to do with Del Dog, Shaq, or any of the Main Street Crips, why would his name be being referred to in the paperwork at all?
So again, this is completely different investigation. We have to be real careful that we don't cross over these ideas, because when I said he would have been mentioned in the paperwork, if we're talking about Cash Jones's case, then we may have mentioned a CS, which would have been Stutterbox, saying these things about Cash that we investigated. There's that. Now, if Cash is asking me if his name was in the Main Street case, no, it wasn't. Now, if Cash is asking me if his name was in the Main Street case, no, it wasn't.
So we all know that Greg is not being truthful when he says that.
Let me blow this up for y'all real quick. This is how you know that a police officer is obligated to protect a 137 confidential source. I mean, a police can't even tell the judge the identity of a 137 confidential source because they will never even testify. They provide information leading to bust. Well, Cash, he just said that Cash Jones' name was nowhere in the Main Street case except one place, which we're finna get to that. But if you look right here, you say he believed this because several months ago, he received a phone call from Robert Ross's brother, that's Stutterbox's brother, and recording artist Ray J, telling him that Ross had been beaten up. Mark Stevens, this is Mark Stevens' statement to the police officer. The target of the investigation, Shaquille O'Neal and Mark Stevens. Stevens later said he received calls from Ross's brother and Cash Jones. Stevens claimed no knowledge of a kidnapping. Then if you go down to the bottom, within the next couple of months, Stevens received a voicemail message from Ross stating, "I need to talk to you, man. The big fella, he's slipping. He's making a lot of mistakes." Soon after, Stevens received a call from Cash Jones. Jones told him that Ross had a videotape of Shaquille O'Neal having sex with a woman, not his wife, and Ross at Ross's home, and that Ross could take the tape to TMZ and get a lot of money. Who else is famous for saying, "I got the tape"? Right? Who else would say that I got the tape and try to run an extortion move on Shaquille O'Neal? And remember, he's riding with Stutterbox, his neighbor. But just so y'all know, Greg Caden is being less than forthcoming and even went so far as to lie about Wack's participation, the whole investigation into the kidnapping of Robert Ross Stutterbox all goes back to a bad business deal with Ray J signing to Deja 34 record label. Hold on. Diamond, you done went to sleep while we live. That's crazy, bro. But let's get back to the content.
We can clearly see Wack's government name, Cash Jones, all in this case. Hey, Christopher Loves boys. This shows you why you can't believe everything the police say. This also shows you that the police are protecting Wack, as they would any other confidential informant that's in good standing with them, unlike Stutterbox. But I want you to hear what Greg says right after he said Wack was not in the Main Street case at all.
There was no mention of Cash in the Main Street case. There was no mention of Cash in the Main Street case other than when he's trying to get a hold of Mark Stevens and in order to tell him that Box has been compromised.
That's it. Right
so now he's admitting that, but he's lied because we just showed you somewhere else where they talked about Wack, right? But he's talking about the wiretap when he tried to call Mark Stevens to tell him that Stutterbox went sour, that Stutterbox was cooperating. After we finish this last little part, I'm going to get into that paperwork and we're going to break that shit down. It's only one page that I'm going to show y'all today. And let's go.
Yeah, and that's what the wiretap transcript said CS2 Back, or Wack, was calling Del Dog to do. Not Del Dog, but Mark Stevens.
See what you just did, though?
Yeah, I said Del Dog.
You said CS2 Wack. It doesn't say that, does it?
Yes, it does.
Doesn't it say CS2 Back?
Yes, it says CS.
Wait, what did Greg Caden, Spottler, what did Greg Caden just say that the paperwork, he said, doesn't the paperwork say what?
CS2 Back.
I said Del Dog.
You said CS2 Wack. It doesn't say that, does it?
Yes, it does.
Doesn't it say CS2 Back?
Yes, it says CS2 Back.
So we all agree that the federal paperwork, that the lead investigator who federalized the case, the federal wiretap paperwork, says CS2 Back is this person that's on the call. So watch this.
Okay, well, you know what you just said?
What did I say?
CS2 Wack.
I meant CS2 back.
Because in your mind, and bear with me, no offense here, but I think you've already come to the conclusion that Back is Wack, and that's why that's such an easy mistake to make.
Well, the reason I think Wack is CS2 back is because that's who Mark Stevens said he was talking to.
Nobody's disputing that. Nobody's disputing that Mark Stevens is saying that Wack is who he was talking to.
But he's saying that that's Back. He is saying that Back is Wack.
How does Mark Stevens put that together? Show me how much.
So he doesn't deny that Wack100 is the person on the phone, or he doesn't say that Mark Stevens is lying, that that's who's on the phone. He wants to try to spin and contest, how did Mark Stevens determine that that person who was on the phone with him was CS2 Back? How you gonna question the man who knows damn well who called him and told him that the phones is tapped, who called him and told him that Stutterbox went bad? Let's go.
Mark Stevens has anything to substantiate that Back is Wack.
In the paperwork they put him as Back, B-A-C-K. And I kept asking the lawyer, like, who the fuck is? I ain't talked to no Back. And they said, nah, that's Wack. But they put him as Back because he a blood, so it's Back. I said, oh, okay.
And was this Back also referred as confidential source number 2?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so no offense to Mark, he doesn't know any better. But when we're writing official police reports, we don't play the game. We don't change language or change spelling because we are, part of the gang culture. We're not going to put Wack. We're going to put Back because he's a blood, not a Crip, and we don't. That's not how we operate. We don't. That's gang shit. We don't write as gangsters. We write as police officers and try to be as specific as possible.
Greg is saying they try to be as specific as possible, and that they don't do things like that. But we're all looking at a wiretap transcript where they did exactly that. They put a person named Back in the paperwork, and no one knows who Back is.
We don't change things in order to. So if Mark Stevens is thinking that, oh man, the cops just put this in there this way because he's a blood and not a Crip, it's not how it works.
I hear you, Greg. But even without them doing that, the conversation with Mark Stevens and Del Dog did actually take place. And Mark Stevens is saying the person who called him looking for Del Dog's phone number was Wack. Mark said he doesn't know anyone named Back. So why would they put some fake person that Mark has never ever talked to in the transcripts?
No, I get that. See, we are totally in agreement. The conversation is Wack, obviously. The conversation is Wack, obviously.
The conversation is Wack, obviously. The paperwork says that the person on the wiretap calling Mark Stevens is CS2 Back. Wack100 is the person on the wiretap calling Mark Stevens. So that means that Wack100 is CS2 Back. Let me get to the one page of the document. As a matter of fact, I'm going to just read all 3 of those little documents because we're going to flame his bitch ass up like them fires in California right now. So it says, Dale tells Stevens, here's the case number is right up here, session number, this is the session of the wiretaps to the Main Street case. Dale tells Stevens that your boy Box went sour. CS2 Back wants Dale's phone number. Back needs to talk to Dale. It's important. Dale talks about Box incident. This is their summary. And Back wanting to talk to Dale. Mafia talk. And someone talking too much. Box with a question mark. Sounds like Back has info on Box. That means Back has information on Stutterbox and talk about, so we know Back is not Stutterbox, right? We know Back is not Mark Stevens. This is easy elimination. We know Back is not Dale Dog, right? So the only other person that's on this page that Back could be is who what Greg Caden just said Back was. The caller was WACK100'S, Cash Jones. Duke, Back is calling on another line to Mark. So this call is to Mark Stevens. Well, Wack doesn't get involved. He's nowhere in the case until he tries to call Mark Stevens. This is what Greg Caden said to get in contact with Del Dog and tell him that Stutterbox went foul. Mark Stevens hit me about 3 times. He want me to give him your number, so I was calling to clear with you first before I give him your number. He called me and I'm cool. I'm cool on that, brother. This is Del Dog. Mark Stevens. Oh, okay. So you don't want, all right. So you don't want to do no holler? All right, Del Dog, changing the subject, right? What's up with you though, man? Mark Stevens kind of baffled, like, damn, I got this nigga on the other line. Well, we'll talk, man. You know, I just need to know, man, you when I talk to Back, I'm just gonna tell that nigga, man, oh man. Well, you know, homie, you been on the phone with Dude, meaning Stutterbox, and you know, Shame, you know what I'm saying? You right, man. No telling what lies he told a nigga on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Del Dog. And then though, when you call the dude, you make the dude talk about certain stuff on the horn. You know that's what they got going on. They meaning Back, which is Wack100, and Stutterbox, who they already know that went sour. They're trying to get us on the phone. So get them talking on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they
Del
got.
Dog was for sure not to incriminate himself, just in case he's being recorded. No kind of lies they said. You feel me? You know, they might be lying on us. Not just talking, lying on us. Yeah. He was on his toes.
Right. I ain't got no time for this, dude. You Mark Stevens. I mean, you know, that's good information. See, now I know how to, like I said, I ain't helping the Wack boy in a minute. You know what I'm saying? He called me out of the blue yesterday. Not yesterday, yeah. Last night, left me 2 messages, and this morning. And I just need to know how to play it cool. You know what I'm saying? Del Dog. Nigga probably said, man, nigga going to jail, you know? Laughing. Niggas start laughing, right? But remember, the person calling is Back. Right here, it tells you he's saying that Stutterbox went bad, went sour. Well, Wack says Stutterbox told on him. So you're saying that Stutterbox went sour. And CS2 Back, why is the people's referring to you as confidential source number 2, bro? Why? We don't have to make this more complicated than it is. CS2 Back is not calling Mark Stevens. I mean, Mark Stevens can't be CS2 Back because he's taking the call from CS2 Back. And he's calling Del Dog, telling them, and they're talking about CS2 Back. And they're not talking about Stutterbox because CS2 Back is saying that Stutterbox went sour. So it's not Stutterbox, it's not Del Dog, it's not Mark Stevens. Who is the other person on this call that they're talking about? Cash McElroy Jones. I'm gonna close that right there, man. Confidential source, bro. That's what we dealing with.
Crazy.
Anybody?
Clear to see. It's just clear to see.
I mean, that's self-explanatory. There's no need to break it down any further. And anybody that chooses not to understand what was just broken down before them is just doing that. You're choosing to ignore facts. You can't fight paperwork. It's in black and white. You can't fight recordings. You heard it. Now y'all keep going over there to them exposers and getting exposed if you
1
so
second,
choose
Luke.
to.
You can go next. You finished, Henny?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, what you was gonna say, Luke?
Excuse me, honey. Sorry, I thought you were done, honey. Yeah, you can't fight. This is like real simple, bro. In the first clip, he said they came in and they stopped the warrant because they found out he didn't own the shit. All you guys have seen warrants. It's either place of residence or place of business. So the fact that he was there in person makes the warrant valid regardless who owns the place. Second, if it was a money laundering thing and they were looking for who owned the place, he admitted and he said, I have paperwork in my office, which he admitted is his office, place of business. I have paperwork in my office showing who the owner was. Well, you all know if you had a money case, that would indicate control. Why does anybody who's leasing or renting an office have paperwork indicating who owns the place? They would take that as an indication of control and that owner was a straw man. So warrant's still valid. The second thing he said that was really gave it away is after he said he has a lawyer 3 times on that clip and his lawyer called and his lawyer this and that, he said the feds called my phone 2 hours ago. If you got a lawyer, the feds can't call your phone, motherfucker. End of story. Like, unless you're working with them. So this dude's already given himself up all the way, and yeah, the explanation that you just gave on the paperwork is 100% true. And yes, cops are people. Sometimes they get lazy. We all know. If you've ever fought them, they fuck up sometimes. Because when you fight, you find their fuck ups, and that's how you make it. So yeah, they changed the W to a B. That's exactly. Something a lazy cop making a lazy mistake would do. That's all I got.
Well, heard it wrong on the wiretap because it wasn't said clear. That's what I see.
Right. And the coldest point was, who knows what all, well, you know, it's obvious working with Greg Caden that it was pertaining to the Biggie investigation. Because if you watch the movie Hip Hop, what's that movie that they made? Unsolved. Hip Hop. If you watch Hip Hop Unsolved, they talk about the dude from Snowfall, Uncle, what was it, Jerome? Uncle Jerome from Snowfall playing Stutterbox, the same Stutterbox who was on this case that they were talking about went sour, right? He pulls up in his Rolls Royce to meet with the federal agent and Greg Caden and Darren Dupree. And when he pulls up to meet him, he's telling them, yeah, I got some good information. He said, well, what information do you got on Suge Knight? He said, it ain't about music. He's moving dope up and down the coast with that trucker guy of his. If you get that trucker guy, you'll be able to squeeze him on information that he has pertaining to Suge Knight, and that's how you'll get Suge, right? So that's when they put the tracker on WACK100'S truck. That's when they tapped WACK100'S phone. That's when they raided WACK100 house. And that's when WACK100 ended up going 2 days after they raided his house to the federal building on Wilshire and Sepulveda, which I never knew it was there. I always thought you would go to Spring Street or you go to MDCLA, Royal Ball or something like that. But he went there, right, with a lawyer, he said, to pick up his property from a home that he been arguing and claiming he was going to sue because they embarrass his family and he doesn't live there. How can you claim property from a home that you are arguing you don't live at?
Presence is enough for a warrant, right? And the other thing is, I heard y'all talking earlier about this dude sticking his nose in all kind of areas and stuff that he ain't got no business in. Now, I ain't never been in a gang. I ain't from the street, but I moved a little weight back and forth across the Atlantic, and when people are
a little weight
sticking their nose in shit that don't matter, that they don't need to know to perform the job, that motherfucker's hot. Period. End of story. Because anybody who's really playing the game, all they need to know is the information required to perform the function. Period. Yeah, well, I meant a little weight to the trash. Like, I've swept up more shit when I was done packing than that fool ever moved in his life. That's what I meant by little. So That's just what it is. And anybody who's really played the game at the level that this dude and that fucking active Adam, or fuck Mr. Bicycle in Connecticut is talking, I don't even know what that fool's on about, right? Whenever people are claiming to have moved and played the game at that level, you know that. So even me, and it was my organization, I didn't ask questions of other organizations that I didn't need to know the answer of. And when me and Duse M were spending time together, you don't ask private questions.
Fact.
Unless you're hot. Period. You only need to know what you need to know. And you don't really want to know anything else because you don't want to be a suspect if any shit happens.
Right. Trying to jump on somebody else's case. That's what's going on. Yael, you got anything to say? Henny, we finna bring this to a close. Salute to the 1,500 people on the live right now. Y'all staying in this long. We 2.5 hours in with 1,500 people in the chat on YouTube.
You want Henny to close us out, Deuce?
Yeah, obviously, but I want you to expound on if you got anything to expound on, and then if not, we could go.
No, most definitely. I'll be sure with it. But at the end of the day, Two Gangsters for YouTube, chiming in, reposting the content and edifying the content. That's just let you know people are hearing it. And authenticity still is a key factor. Being real is not just a myth. You got dudes like Duse M, you got Diamond, you got G-Mac, you got Big Messy, you got a lot of dudes from Pacoima, everybody that's still standing on business, man. And the fact that we've been exposing this dude for some time, and it's taking time to plant that seed for it to grow so everybody can see it. I'm glad to be a part of it, Deuce. And it's just sad, man. So many people was blinded by the clout and the money behind this. And the more they get blinded, the more it's sidelined, bro. Meaning that morals and standards get pushed to the side, bro. And I'm just happy to be a part of the Damu QA conversations exposure.
Real quick, Mr. Supremo, y'all can shoot him up out the goo after I read his what you call it, right? He said, and ban him. Matter of fact, I think I know how to do it, right? But let me read this thing first. Heard most blacks in LA are rats and have no politics, no rules. No wonder Mexicans don't respect them. Well, first of all, don't nobody give a fuck about no Mexicans respect. Motherfuckers give a fuck about everybody's respect. And
85% of everybody in the feds, every race, color, and religion, are rats.
Facts.
85% of everybody. That's a fact.
Right.
It's got nothing to do with race, color, religion. Everybody's got 85% of their homies, whatever color, race, religion, or creed they are telling. And, all you got to do is be down there for them paperwork parties, and you see 85% of motherfuckers going to their cell because they ain't got them.
And that's a fact. And as far as having no politics, the blacks in LA come from the politics of the Panthers. That's what's been embedded in them. And that was passed on from them to the gladiators and the lowriders, which started what is today the lowrider culture, to what you call gangs today, the Bloods and Crips. Me being a Brim, 1968, that's when we started Black Revolutionary Independent Militant Soldiers. So no rules, no politics. And I don't know how Crip Mac got DP'd. I don't know how them rats got ran up top when I was in Victorville and USP Unpacking and USP Florence, Colorado. But that sounds like a racist trope. So since that's what you want, we got something for you, player. We're going to ban you and delete your comment. How about that? But other than that, Henny going to take us out. The queen, like only she can. You know what I'm saying?
Well, first off, I want to say, I'm proud of all the work that everybody has done. I haven't been with Donald Keyway very long. I was on my own out there in the streets exposing him. But I feel good to be around a bunch of solid, respectable, honorable men. And I say men like in the real sense of men. So salute to all of y'all and all the hard work that everybody has put in and continues to put in, and we ain't gonna stop. But to everybody in the chat, thank y'all for tapping in and tuning in with us. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. So when y'all rest well, and we will see y'all in the next video. Peace, y'all.
There you go.